Sunday, June 7th, 1998. His name was James Byrd Jr., a 49-year-old salesman walking home from his shift, a dad walking home to spend the night with his kids. The sidewalks loved his footsteps. His strut was like a gift at this event, minding his own business until Sean Berry drove by, asking if he needed a lift. Come tonight, he would be all but lifted. Sean and his friends attacked James, but instead of racy looks and spiteful names, they just tied his feet to the truck frame and dragged him 3 miles along the pavement because, quote, blacks are an easy target. Sean Berry killed James Byrd Jr., a black man murdered by a white man. Friday, May 8th, 2020. Their names were Paul and Lydia Marino, 85-year-old ex-parents visiting their son Anthony's grave, a hero that laid his life down for his country, his state, his city, born and raised. Lydia wept for her son. Paul just stood in an unbelievable haze so that they didn't notice Sheldon and Francis creeping along the hedge maze. The couple always read the paper on Sunday. That night, they would be the headline. Anthony's grave, now stained with his parents' blood. They were shot multiple times from the waist above. Sheldon Francis killed the Marinos. A white couple murdered by a black man. There isn't any color coding to hate. A poisoned heart will always find a way to discriminate, so before we jump to judge and incriminate, let's first think about the antidote to the poisoned heart. It's not rioting in the streets and burning buildings sky high, and it's not locking your doors when a colored person walks by. It's never killing someone that's different from you, but it's asking the question, what would Jesus do? The shepherd counts his sheep, but something's not right. One out of his flock had gone and took flight, but he didn't herd in the sheep and just call it a night. No, he went to rescue the lamb from his dangerous plight. The 99 sheep still mattered, but they weren't the ones in danger. God never designed the world to be white versus black. He designed us to be perfect, and yet we turned our backs, only to look at his world through a color-coded lens, when we should only look at the one color by which we're all cleansed, red. Red, the blood of the Son of God. It washes away our shame and our sin. It breaks every chain we're ever stuck in. It's the medicine to cure weeping and sorrow. It's the only hope for a brighter tomorrow. We have all fallen short, just like our neighbors, but God never called us to become self-righteous haters. He called us to love, even when things get rough. Not to gripe over pigment like it's important stuff, because Jesus could have harped about his death being cruel and unjust, but look at how great a love he poured out for us. The mighty cross of Jesus will crush racism on its head. And the question for the church is, will we stay comfortable in our corners or lead the charge instead? Because it does not matter whatever culture says. There's only one color that matters: red.